Hello. Today I decided to get up early and take a trip into Annagassan, which is one of the very few unspoiled seaside villages in Ireland. And it's a very sunny Saturday morning. As you can see, the streets are very quiet. And the contrast between the green of the trees and the blue of the sky is really very striking. So it's low tide, but still the view is very impressive. This stretch of beach is quite long, going from the harbour, which is to the north of the village, down as far as Salterstown Pier, which is quite famous in the area also for, it's a great spot for where locals and non-locals go to swim. So I will walk you in towards the village and tell you a little bit about what I know of the area. So Annagassan is a former Viking settlement, and the remains of the settlement or the Long Fort, were discovered only in 2011 by archaeologists, and its settlement name was called Linn Duchel, or Duchel's Pool. And the other settlement, which is very famous, is Dublin, which in Irish is Dovling, or Black Pool. There's the crossroads, and to our right is a very traditional Irish pub called Sláns pub. I'm not sure if it's a wordplay on the name Sean. You'd expect for it to be called Sean's pub, because Slán means goodbye in Irish, so it might be a bit of a wordplay, I don't know. So here is a commemorative seat for Noel Carroll, who was a former Olympic Irish athlete who came from Annagassan. As we walk along this wall, we'll come across some lovely black and white photographs. I had to stop for the view there. And then on the right hand side, we're coming up to the bakery. There's a father and son fishing in the river. As you can see, it's a very peaceful, unspoiled little village. steps up to get over the wall. And this is a view from the bridge of the former mill. And to the left is the road down to the harbour, which we won't see today. So now, O'Neill's Bakery is on the right, very famous in the area, as I said, and is over 50 years old. There's a shop, a newsagents shop called O'Neill's, so I assume they're both connected, all run by the same family. There's another lovely photo of former days in Annagassan and the River Glyde. The scent of baked bread as I'm walking by is just incredible. The breads are amazing, preservative free, and they do fabulous cakes and apple tarts, all kinds of rolls, various baked goods. So now we're at the centre of the village, the Glyde Inn, which is an award-winning traditional Irish seafood bar and restaurant. Hello. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? The smell of the bakery. Oh, it's, pardon?
You should go over winter to show you around.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I'm right.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Oh, thank you. Now, you heard me there speaking to who I presume to be the proprietor of this Newsagents, a very traditional, one of very few left grocers, newsagents in Ireland, where I get my bread, sometimes an apple tart on a Sunday, my milk, and they still do sliced ham and corned beef. So it's really special. He suggested that I return to the bakery and they would give me a tour, but I decided against it. I'm a bit shy, so maybe next time. For now, we'll walk north towards the bridge and the River Glyde and have a little look around. Some nice houses and apartments there, with a path out to the beach. So we're coming up to Annagassan Mill, which is at the very end of the village. And this mill was in the photograph, the black and white photograph that you would have seen at the entrance to the village. It's coming up here on our right. And the Tidy Towns Committee have really done a great job in Annagassan. Beautiful flowers and making sure it's clean and tidy. So there's the front of the mill. As far as I'm aware, it's no longer in use for any purpose, but they make sure to keep it looking really nice. And there's a signpost for the harbour. All signposts have the Irish and English language. So Cuan is the Irish word for harbour. So we could take a right down the road towards the harbour, but not today. So we'll walk over the bridge and take in the view from the other side of the bridge. I was taking my son to walk here about a year ago and came down, and the bridge was destroyed on one side, very badly damaged by a collision, a truck or a lorry, but thankfully nobody was injured. Now we get a view of the River Glyde at low tide. And the sunny view over the bridge. So I live on the other side of the bridge, up towards the left, about 5 minutes walk. So when I come to stay here, that's where I go. Now you have a very good view of the mill, like in the photograph. Only I haven't taken in the crucifix, as you will see now. This crucifix has a long history and has been replaced at least 3 times, according to record. It was built to commemorate the wedding of 2 very famous people in the area, and was made with a royal oak tree which came from England. And you can pause the video there if you'd like to read more on the subject. And I hope you enjoyed the little tour of Annagassan. And I will finish off with a little music from an Irish radio station. And thank you for watching. Have a lovely day.
The Academy of St. Martin in the Fields. That recording dating from a little while ago. And it gets us started after 3 lovely hours of music with Yvonne and Daybreak. Thank you very much for that, Yvonne. We're on our way to lunchtime through a Saturday morning as usual on the